Hey, happy Super Saturday. How are you? It's Vanessa-Mary, your favorite holistic well-being coach, coming back with another edition of this series where I am talking to fantastic men and women who will be contributing to this year's Festival of Collaboration. If you don't already know, I am hosting the second Seeds of Unlimited Success, which is a family business growth summit happening in Nottingham. We'll be gathering on Saturday, the 17th of May. So yes, it is in 14 days' time if you are watching today's live stream or the replay shortly after it's posted. So yeah, today I'm putting the spotlight on the exhibitors because the event is a mixture of masterclass sessions, keynote speakers, lots of networking, lots of learning, but we do have an exhibitor hall. So I thought, why not? Why not showcase the amazing men and women who will have their stalls, they'll have their roller banner like I've got behind, and obviously whatever they are showcasing. So I'm going to bring them on the stage and we will be introducing. So here is Premjeet, we have Annette, we have Ilsilda and Timo, and we should have some others joining the call as well. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. So I'm going to start one at a time, and just literally as I've brought you on, if you could introduce yourself, tell us where you're based, and if you was with us last year, then let us know as well. So Premjeet, I'm going to you first because I know where you're based, but come on, tell the audience who you are, my dear, and yeah.
My name's Permjit Cape. My company's called Rough Diamond. What I do is help you turn your existing customer base into a sales yours using a three-step formula around customer services. Well, I usually process in my hairdressing salon. You can tell by my wonderful hair and my beautiful complexion. I turned 6 clients into 106 in under 9 months. As I always say, why pay for a sales force when you can actually create one for free? Yeah, I've known Vanessa for at least about been a couple of years at least. Went to an event last year. I wasn't actually part of the exhibition. I was actually a visitor. But what I decided was doing of my own confidence, as you would notice, I started doing the customer services side of it, looking after people who actually came to the exhibition, helping them find out where their masterclasses were. So then this year, what she asked me this year was, why don't you be the customer service specialist? So what I'm going to be doing is looking after all the visitors. I'm going to look at all the visitors. They can come to me and ask me any questions, make sure they're in the right places, at the right places, and what they're actually going to be looking for from the event itself, and also networking with them as well at the same time. Thank you very much, Vanessa.
Yeah, so thank you, Premji. It's like you couldn't help yourself last year. You're such a giving man. Okay, we do work together on smaller networking events on a monthly basis. But yeah, you were such a superstar last year, ready to assist and give that guidance. So yeah, it's fantastic to have you in a more formal capacity this year and actually showing people what customer services looks like. So thank you. So I'm going to go across to Annette, another woman who I network with regularly. Annette, would you like to introduce yourself? You're on mute, my darling.
Sorry, I'll start again. I'm Annette and I'm from Melton Mowbray, Leicestershire. And I'll just tell you all, actually, I'm having a bit of ill health at the moment. So I've actually, for the first time in 2 weeks, put some makeup on, washed my hair last night to get to this event because I am in absolute agony. But what I do is I help people save money, save time, save a bundle. I work for UW, Utility Warehouse. I save people money on the bills and also show them how to earn an extra income, a passive income. And we even have now sort of free energy. You can be part of the free energy club, free energy days, and also those people that would like to earn a bit of extra money but don't have time to do it themselves. So I'll be there explaining about that, all the opportunities that are available. And I was an exhibitor last year, and I found it was so amazing. You could involve all the family, everything was so well organized. It was to perfection. And listening to some of the stories from people, unless you're there, you don't benefit from it. You need to be there.
Thank you, Annette. It's one of those things, isn't it, that we're now trying to explain the experience and the magic that was in that room. But for me, it was about, I talk about energy a lot. It was about the energy of each individual, from the young baby in the pushchair to the older gentleman sat with a walking stick. We had such beautiful energy from the exhibitors, the speakers, the delegates, that when we came together, it created the magic. So I definitely agree with you. We can't really describe it. You've got to be there. So I am now going over to Tima, who's traveling. She's going to be traveling to be in that room. Okay. So Tima, I think you got the message straight away when you were invited to take a look at this. You had a look at the website, then we had a telephone call. So do you want to introduce yourself, my dear? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So I'm Tima. I'll be traveling from London for the day, and I'm very excited to meet everyone. And now to tell you about what I do and what I'll be bringing is that we are a health and lifestyle business empowering individuals to elevate their well-being while creating a purpose-driven income stream. At the heart of our mission is a medical-grade water ionizer that produces antioxidant-rich molecular hydrogen water, supporting the body at a cellular level. We also offer a powerful business platform that blends automation, mentorship and community, designed for those seeking time freedom, financial growth, and a life of deeper alignment. And our approach supports both physical vitality and personal expansion, making it possible to thrive from the inside out.
Wow, that sounds incredible. Well, I am enjoying my water, but I know it isn't iron. I wouldn't say I can't even say it now.
The medical term is molecular hydrogen water, or you can
That
say
one. No, I haven't got that going on. It's just some water in a glass, but it sounds fantastic. And obviously, I think, will you be able to give people samples? I mean, will it just taste like water?
It will taste just like water, and it's been part of my life for over 2 years. So for me, it's just water. But for anyone that's been to any of my expos and have tried the water as a sample, they've always said, oh, tastes very smooth and it just goes down very easy. So it's just water, but it has
interesting, Tima. I think we'll come back to this because I want to tell you about how I support people with their hydration. So I'm just making a note so I can pick that up. But so excited to have you as part of the team, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. So we go over to Isilda now. So another lady who I've connected with online. We've had a telephone call. Again, you're part of a community where the message about this event has been pumped very, very strong in that community. So I don't know what made you think, yeah, I'm going to be there. But you introduce yourself and tell us your motivations for coming along, please.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Vanessa. My name is Isilda, and I met Vanessa last month at networking. It was really, really interesting. I've learned such a lot from there. I live in Birmingham. It's not sunny at the moment. It was yesterday, sunny Birmingham, which is great. And I'm part of a company that helps families, because I can ask you a question. Do you know most people leave school without any financial education? I'm in partnership with a company called Jenny Star, and we're authorized by the Financial Conduct Authority, and I'm here to help to educate people on how money works, especially families, because we know people are struggling at the moment, and they want to achieve goals and dreams, and I'm able to sit down with them and teach them how and show them what their finances look like, and so that their dreams can come true. Because some people can have wishes and it's just in your head, but as soon as you write it down and put a date on it, it's a goal and you can aim for it. Not only do I offer financial education, I also prepare people for the future, and we also offer an opportunity to earn extra income. We help them with the whole of life, their whole life, and finances in every way. And we use a unique tool called the Financial Game Plan, and it highlights their needs. It really does. And I'd like to be showing people what that, some part of it, what it looks like when at the exhibition. So I'm looking forward to being there, because it's my first time going, and I'm just already excited, you know, and I'm thinking, I don't want to get too overexcited. You know, when you're going on holiday and you get excited, but no, I don't want to do that. I want to get there and meet you guys and see what happens. So I'm here to help families become debt-free and financially independent. Thank you.
Sorry, Isilda. I was checking to see if the live stream's coming through okay, and it is, but I was just going to have some background noise. Yeah, fantastic to have you on board. I've actually been through the financial plan myself with another representative from the Genostar community. Highly recommend it. Really highlighted some things for me to think about. I'm not saying that I've stayed on track with everything. I would be lying if I said that, but at least I've got that information, so I have that knowledge, and now it's up to me to put things into place. I just want to let my exhibitors know we do have our other exhibitor. Is he there? Have I missed it? Can I not see him? I think he's there. 1 minute, my screen's too big. Andrew, are you there? Right, just bear with me, Andrew. I can see you, but it's the way how things are displayed here. I can't get to your image. Just half. Oh, there you are. There he is. Yay! Hi, Andrew. Did you hear everything?
Yes, I could hear and see everything.
Oh, brilliant. Well, great to have you with us, because I was worried that you were just sort of like backstage, but you were there all the time. Okay, so Andrew, over to you. Please introduce yourself. I know that you're going to be with us for the first time. Let everybody know who you are and how far you'll be traveling to be part of this event. Thank you.
So I'm Andrew Moorcroft from Everleaf Herbal. It's just out of London, so I'll be traveling in the morning with my daughter. So we're coming as a family. She's 18, and she's the inspiration behind my business. So I run Everleaf Herbal, which is natural cosmetics, artisan cosmetics. And so my daughter was born with a very rare disorder. She had to have a tracheostomy, gastrostomy. She had surgery over 20 times before she was 8 years old. And that caused a lot of issues, skin issues from the gastrostomy, tracheostomy. And then when she reached sort of teenage years, she didn't want her parents going in the shower with her. And then because she was worried about the shampoo and water going in her tracheostomy, she wasn't showering it off. And then that caused a lot of dry scalp, and she was losing her hair and constantly scratching. And this caused her to lose a lot of confidence. And then that led me to make creams for her. I completely fixed around her gastrostomy site where the stomach acid would leak out. I made shampoo for her, and her hair was growing back fully now. But she's also studying to be a graphic artist. She did the designs and my logo. So a family business, and my wife is also involved. She does the graphic design, graphic work, plus my daughter's still learning. So we're really looking forward to coming and showing what we have and meeting everybody else.
Oh, that's so amazing. I mean, when we met each other in Barnsley, I was so taken with your story and how your daughter has been the driving force and inspiration for your work. And I even said at that point, Andrew, that you've made me think about the word legacy in a different way. So, you know, the strap line for the event is growing your family legacy. But after hearing your story, I've realized it's not just about money. It's about, you know, because you explained how you change things within the medical arena and how people were thinking about things and stuff. So I'm sure your family is really proud of what you are doing and how you are making waves within your industry. So welcome to this call. All right. So what a wonderful collection of men and women on the call today. We are already showcasing a festival of collaboration here. I can see some opportunities for you to work with each other just based off your introductions here. Now I want to turn our thoughts to family life. As Andrew said, you know, because my target market is family leaders. Okay, so it could be mum, dad in business, it could be husband, wife working together, it could be sisters and brothers working together. However that looks for you, they are the type of business leaders that I'm interested in supporting. Now, we do have other exhibitors who are not able to be with us right now, but I know Katie, she was in the room last year with her daughter. She's coming back to exhibit. We've got AJ and his wife Dipti, who are traveling from London as well with their bamboo sustainable products, who are a family team, and they're bringing their son. So I love the fact, that we're going to have families there together, young people in the room, because they will be inspired by what they see and what they hear on that day. So with your permission, if it's okay, I just want to find out a little bit more about family life and what that looks like for you at this time. So we'll go back to Premjeet, please, if that's all right.
Yeah, I think that's correct. It's like relatives. I think what you do is you look at your family and around you. I'm married, been married 35 years, got 2 kids. One's married for 4 years and just bought his own house. My daughter's getting married in September. She's going to get married for the first time. Well, that's her first marriage. But I think what it is that we hope as parents, you give a stable connection for your family and leave them a legacy so they're not worried about any financial issues in the future. They want to enjoy life. We're a very solid unit in terms of my wife. I've been married 35 years with her. And with sales and customer service, I've been in that industry for over 35 years. I've got a lot of experience. And I always believe building a relationship with the close ones around you and even networking with other people within it, it actually builds a stronger bond with everybody else. My family, they're very smart in what they actually do. So then they know what they're doing and when they're doing it. But at the moment, I'm just doing the business by myself in terms of it. But they always support me in everything I do. And I think having a strong family behind you is very, very important. Now, a little bit of a story and background about me and what I've been through in my life. I lost both my parents, but over 25 and 27 years respectively. If it wasn't for my wife and my kids, I don't think I'd be here today, because they were the solid foundation that pulled me out of a really black hole, and being around me and very, very supportive in what I went through. Them understanding what I went through will help me to help them understand what they can stop doing in the future that may affect their health. And I'm always there for them, always giving them support, always giving encouragement. They're thinking of ideas. My son's a graphic art and design. He does that work. He does commission work as well. We also work. My daughter, she's thinking of setting up a business with her partner once she gets married as well. And also, you've got to think about some of these things. You need the financial stability in your own life to help them achieve what they're actually looking for. So I believe having a strong family around you who support each other always helps you in terms of it. So I believe that family connection is absolutely important within any business you actually go into.
Nicely said, Premji. I love that, because obviously you explain in your 40 seconds that you were working with your family but in a different industry. But yeah, I love this. So marriage I've picked up on. Obviously, having the foundation of marriage for yourself has kept you going. But I'm thinking about how I hear you talk about the wedding plans and the excitement around this wedding. Surely that is something that's keeping you going as a dad who's got to put his hand in his pocket to support this wedding. But the point I'm making is that our why in business can change as things in our life change. So you're at the stage where your family, your son and daughter, are going to the next phase of their life, and what I'm hearing is you want to be able to support them as much as they've supported you over the years. So it's brilliant. So I'm going to turn to Annette really with the same question. I know your family life is very interesting, so if you just wanted to give us a little bit of background, please. You're on mute, Annette.
Sorry, I keep doing that. I know, sorry. I got divorced many years ago. My son was 12 at the time. It was actually through domestic violence. But, I remember afterwards when going for counselling, and they make me cry every time. And I just thought, no, I don't want this. I want to get on with my life. So I chose to. you know, it was really hard bringing up my son, doing everything, going through a degree at the time, making sure we lived somewhere safe, we could afford holidays. So I worked every hour God sends, you know, to give him a nice home and background. And now I'm a nanny. He married somebody. I've got 3 grandchildren. You know, Paige is 11, Beatrice is 4. She's a mini me, never shuts up. A little Louis who's 2. And for me, I'm doing it so because my son, one thing my son said to me was, "Mum, you were always working." I went, "I didn't have any choice." So I want to be there for my grandkids. And that's why I do this, because I want choice in life. I want to be able to say, "Oh, I'm coming up to see you," or I want to take them on holiday again. I did last year. So that's why I do this thing. And I also foster as well. So, yeah, I'm bringing up an 18-year-old at the moment, which is quite challenging sometimes, but then sometimes we're best friends.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Annette, because I resonate with your story in the sense of I raised my older offspring on my own and put myself through university at that point. So I know the challenges about studying and raising a family. But also I've got a care background. So when I met you and you explained that you are a foster carer, that really did warm my heart, because again, having you know, providing someone who's going through some challenges and bringing them into your home and into your family. I know that it takes a very special type of man or woman that does that. So I really respect what you're doing there. And I'm a nanny like you. Who knew? Yeah, so I definitely understand what you're saying. It's so wonderful. Thank you. So we're going to go back to Tima. I know that when we spoke, you were speaking to somebody and I was saying, "No, don't worry. I've got Zenta running around at the same time. We're both mums." But, you know, let us know who's in your life, please.
Okay, so how family and business come together for me is that I am a single and sole parent of my 5-year-old. And I went for a very sudden divorce, and it made me question everything in my life. I was also struggling with a lot of health issues. I'm 37, and for over 20 years, I had many different health issues. So I was looking at work, health, parenting, and all of that together. And that's when I found this life-changing, I would say, miracle water that I did find that has just changed the trajectory of my life completely. And the business itself, what it allows me is to have health, financial freedom, and time freedom. And that for me is very important for my daughter to see. She's 5, and I want to spend as much time pouring into her as I can. And it's not just pouring into her, it's a two-way relationship. And I also want her to see that outside of what society shows us, that she is allowed to have it all, that she is allowed to have health and wealth and time and financial freedom. And majority of us have seen parents working all the time and missing out. And I had to question a lot of things, and I had to really get very, very real with myself. So that's where business and family kind of combine, because it provides for all the things that we are here to enjoy, and we are here to live our most abundant lives. And I hope that I've answered your question, but yes, that's...
Oh, just perfectly, Tima, because again, I think you're demonstrating your reason why has changed because of family circumstances, but you are all also looking for something that can work around your family and your daughter and her needs. So I really love your story, and so pleased to hear that your product has supported you with your particular health concerns, because this is the message that I'm trying to get across with the event. The event is about health, wealth, and relationships, because even if somebody has a business which is more on the business to business side or business to consumer side, without your health, then you're not going to have a business, okay? Or you're going to really struggle with your business. And when it comes to relationships, Premjit gave us a very good example of how the support network is so important in the background as we're building our business. But also when we're building our business, our clients, our suppliers, our collaborators, the relationships we have with them are so important for us to be able to flourish. So no, I loved everything that you said there, Tima. Thank you. So Isilda, same question to you. And I know, again, very interesting family story, if you're okay to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, my trade really had been in administration, and I've worked in school for years because I wanted to ensure that I was there for my family, to pick them up, bring them to school part-time and pick them up. So I've always worked part-time in primary and secondary, and I still do actually now when I'm free. I do supply in schools, and I love parents, especially the ones that are a bit challenging, and also the children. I just love to sit and talk to people, you know, solution based. I'm married. This year I've been married for 40 years. Seems like a lifetime, doesn't it? 40 years. You know, I have 4 children, 3 are natural, 1 I've had through fostering, and now adopted, so he's mine. Absolutely lovely. He's 9. I have 2 lovely grandchildren. One's 4, just turned 4, and the other one's 1. So they're both active. I think they tired me out the other day, actually. I'm thinking, why was I so tired? I had them both. So you can understand that. I grew up with my mom and dad. They're very family. We did things together, so I knew about growing up like that. My children, they have their own business, you know, very motivated. I'm the sort of person that say, come on, let's get on with it, let's just do it, you know, let's work at it. And as a family, we do that. I'm a free person from breast cancer. I had breast cancer when 2017. I think it all started. My mom passed away 2016. Then 9 months later, my dad passed away. And then I was doing the fostering and through courts getting the little one. So all of that, I think, had an effect on me. But I'm the sort of person with, you tell me what it is, let me get on with it. And like Tima was saying, about health, you know, drinking right, making sure you live right and your mindset's right. And that's exactly what I did. So I've gotten through that and I'm all clear now, which I'm thanking God for, because some people are not. So, you know, and I always wanted to always worked with the community, always helping people. That is my heart. If somebody needs my help, I'd squash it into my diary and said, yeah, let me help you. How can I help you? And that's exactly what I do. And with the business that I'm working with at the moment, I'm trying to work on my own business as well, but that's something else. I'm more creativity. But with Jenny Star, that resonated with my heart because I wanted to help families. I wanted to help individuals. Just sitting down and talking with people, it helps me and it helps them. And I used to do Samaritans. And sit down talking to people that you don't know, you know, is like challenging, but it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding when you can speak to somebody and give them a bit of a lifeline, so that they can continue to live. So love people. My family are there 100%. They are. I can text them, bam, they're there. You know what I mean? To support all the time. Even with the business I'm doing now, they're there. They're there.
Well, again, Isilda, you've shared so much. I feel that, you know, the solid foundation that you've got with your husband. So congratulations for nearly 40 years. Absolutely amazing. That is already having a positive impact on your offspring. We also have Linda Booth, who will be on the panel, the leadership panel in the afternoon. And she will be, I think she's given a little talk for those who are interested to know about digestive health in the afternoon. She's been, I don't know how many, did she say 50 years? I can't remember, but it was a long time anyway. But she's been working with her husband for about 30 years and their son's in the business. So just a beautiful example of family-led businesses. What I'm picking up is, you know, we're ordinary men and women. We're dreaming bigger. We're motivated to succeed. So I'm so happy and grateful to have your energy and commitment for this event, because we don't know who's watching us. We don't know who right now should be making the move, and for whatever reason, fear's holding them back. They've got self-doubt, they've got a lack of confidence. You being here on this call today and showing up in Nottingham is going to make a difference to someone's life. So I'm going to say thank you to you before we even do what we're going to do. Let's hear from Andrew with the same question. You told us a little bit about your daughter. Let's hear some more about your wife and how you're working together, please.
Thank you. So our business has been all about family from the start. So we set up in our 5th anniversary. So our first business was created from when our first child was born. My wife is Japanese, and she the first baby because all her family were in Japan. And she created a photo book of our daughter, and so many people said how much they liked it. So we thought, well, why don't we start it as a business, as something for her to help her really, because she was suffering postnatal depression, and so she started with that, and then quite quickly realised that the initial idea wasn't quite right, so we switched to offering the books to professional photographers. And then we got the official contract for Asuka Book to be the official reseller in the UK. And then we started with the business together. That we were working as a civil servant at the time. And then our second daughter was born, Fiona, but she was born with a rare genetic disorder and had to stay in hospital for about a month. And she had the emergency tracheostomy surgery. So we had to learn how to change all the ties before she could come home. I had to go back to work because they were very understanding of that. So it became very difficult juggling going to work and all the hospital appointments. Fiona come home, she needed 24-hour care. So there would be times where I would be up all night and then I would go straight to work without any sleep, and it just became exhausting. And so redundancy came up eventually, so I took voluntary redundancy, and then I could focus fully on the business with my wife. So we went from me having a job to our business being our only form of income. So it went really well, and we were doing amazing. But then when Fiona reached about 13, her health really deteriorated. She was becoming ill every 3 days. So she would go to school on Saturday, they'd call us up, say you need to pick her up. She would then get well again by Wednesday, Thursday, go in, and then it was just repeating on a weekly basis. That became really bad in that the doctors then reported services for child abuse because they were saying it was me that was causing it. This was a very difficult time. When you've been accused of what I was accused of, you can't really think about the things you were thinking of before. So the book side deteriorated massively. We run a newborn photography studio as well. We kept that going well, but the book side just went down, and because I wasn't able to concentrate on it, I had to keep fighting our corner really. During that time also, Fiona developed a lot of skin issues, and I just felt helpless as a dad. I just felt, and that's when I started studying herbalism. So I became a herbalist to help Fiona, and then I learned natural cosmetics, and then I combined the two to be able to make natural creams, because I didn't want her to have a steroid cream after all of the other surgeries which she had had. The first cream I made healed her eczema and also completely fixed gastroenteritis, which that just made me feel great and have a purpose in the family. And then Fiona's health was understood what happened. She had they cut the jaw in half, a plate on the top, plate on the bottom, and a spike come out. We had to turn it every day. They discharged her when they shouldn't have done, and they left the bone just floating loose in her jaw. The bone had a tooth in it. The tooth became rotten, and that caused a severe bone infection. So what they're accusing me of was case. It did come back again, unfortunately, but we fought it again. I'm really pleased because we switched Fiona to a real food blended diet. now Great Ormond Street now offer a blended diet to patients after surgery, and that wasn't the case before, and I do feel we had a bit to do with that, so I feel really good of that progress. But now I feel just wonderful because Fiona's fully involved. She's studying graphic design at college, so we were able to get her educated. In the end, we took her out to school and we had educated her at home ourselves, but really pleased she's back into the system now, and her confidence is also involved in this business, creating logos and so on, and that's just really boosted their confidence. So we've been through quite a lot, but we also discovered one of the reasons why she's ill, she's still pushing constantly, that her stomach is very large, very stretched, and that is what's been causing reflux to come up, but they tied her stomach at the top, so the reflux was just getting stung, and that would eventually come out of the tracheostomy site and so on. So they're going to hopefully stretch the stomach at the top, which will allow her to have much longer periods of wellness without the same illnesses. So whilst it's been a very difficult 8 years or so, everything's looking much more rosy and better now, and I'm able to be a lot calmer.
Wow, Andrew, you've been through so much. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've been through so much. I mean, based on the stories that we've heard today, you know, and I know Annette's not feeling very well. I'm hearing from all of you, this has been about healing. This has been about mindset. You're all heart-led. I mean, just the time that we're spending here today, you know, I can feel your energy, your positive energy. I'm hearing about empowerment and home education. That's the journey that we're on within our particular family as well. So there's so much going off. And I just want to say thank you to you all for believing in what I'm doing. So just as we wrap up, I think it's important for you to think about your client base and give an example of case studies. So you've shown us about how you're working, your business, how your family's involved, or what your family means to you to drive the business forward. Please can we talk about just one case study of a client? Obviously don't share their name, but just tell us a little bit about how you are helping your clients, please. So I'm going to turn that over to you, Premjeet, please. Thank you.
Okay. I think when I first started the business, I think what it was is that most people who start businesses don't know how to set the foundation right and how to create that daily method of operation. My first ever client, she was a web designer. She was at home. COVID had just hit the marketplace, as you all know about that. And what it was, she had the kids at home and she was working extraordinarily long hours in what she was doing. So the first thing was that we sat down and we created an action plan for her to slimline the business for where, when the kids were at home and she stopped at that time, like a normal time, so she could spend time with the family instead of working into the late hours of about 8-9 o'clock at night, as most of you have done. Most people, when they set up a business, are working on it 24 hours a day, maybe, but they don't get time for themselves. As someone said to me, as Vanessa said, your health is your wealth. If you're not healthy, you're not going to get welfare. So what I did is, over a course of about 7 months, we worked out a program for her that made her think about what she was doing. The beauty of my coaching style, it isn't telling you what you need to do. It's looking at the obstacles and what you've got in your life and your business. So you've got a work-life balance and making you think about them and how you can actually formulate a daily method of operations in your personal life as in your business life. And when it came to the end of the qualification course itself, she turned around and said to me, I said to her a number of times that once the kids go back to school, you're gonna do you don't do your work, and you're not gonna realize how much free time you actually got after working on a business for so long. And that's the beauty of it. See, I can listen to people and hear what she was saying to me, but but the answer I was giving to her is what she was actually looking for, but I was reading between the lines of what she's saying. So it's actually giving value to her, making her understand about her own personal circumstances, a family around her. She was a single mum, working all God's hours, 2 young kids in the house as well at the same time. and being stuck inside with your family. I thought COVID for me was a strong point because it brought the family closer together as a unit. And for her, because she only had the 2 kids and she was doing a business, she was too busy focused on the business to realise she's got young kids there and she's also got to think about them. Yes, she wants to create a financial future for them, a legacy for them, to look after them so they can live later on in life until when she's not around. So they've got that. And I think what it is that from that point, it was like, yeah, my superpower was realizing what people were looking for within their business, but not just in their business, in their actual personal life as well. So it's having a work-life balance, and I always think that's very important in terms of what you do. So that was the success of one of my clients.
Excellent. I love it. So I'm moving away from the word balance to the word blend, because I do feel that when we've got little ones as well, that we are trying to blend things together. Like, sometimes it's like today, I was coming back from the gym and I'd forgotten that I hadn't onboarded a new client from the wellbeing class. And it was like a quick text, because as the thought was there, it was like, just send her the booking form, she'll book on. So I'm blending things in, because if I try and balance it, something's going to drop off. But great answer. So Isilda, you're now at the top of the my screen, so I'm just going to take you as the next speaker on that question. So we're talking about case studies within your client base, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Premjit. That's true. Helping people and seeing the solution is great. Yeah, I met, I spoke to her recently, a lady as well. I met her like in lockdown at her lowest, when somebody's really low. So I thought, yeah, you want to do a plan? She said, yes, but I have nothing. And literally she didn't. She just had her 2 children and she wasn't doing anything. She'd started buying stuff for being a hairdresser. And she just had a house full of stuff and she just couldn't start going through the rigmarole, no relationship, not working, family's not there. She only got the kids just to ensure that they're eating and everything like that. And so I did a plan with her and I said, we're going to put this on hold because you're going to want to come back to it later. And I've kept in contact with her over the years, actually. And then last year, we had a session where we sat and talked again. We ring each other periodically. I try and keep in contact with my clients because birthdays or when they come to mind, just text them because you just don't know what they're going through. And some of them will come back and say, oh, I'm so glad to hear from you. Thank you for just thinking about me. Well, this lady, she's now set up her business and it's been running for the last 2 year and a half. And she was so happy. And she said to me, you helped me. You helped me see what my goal was, how I could aim for it, how I could get it. But I didn't have the vision at the time. But looking at my plan, I did it. And she's done it. She's got her own hairdressers now, everything's set up. And she's just like an advocate. She like talks to people when she's doing their hair or their nails or anything like that. And it was just so great to hear her say that, because I'm thinking, sometimes you think you leave people, you think, I don't know what I've done or what I've said, but it does sink in. And I think her just having a goal and dream and a date for a plan really worked. And then now our kids are happy and they're great, they're lovely, and they've grown, they've grown as a family. Lovely.
Fantastic. So, that is another example of how you can be supporting somebody, but also we need a plan, because if we don't have a plan, then it really can, let's put it this way, life can give us some distractions. We can go off course, we can go off track. So I love that story, Isilda. Thank you so much for sharing. So Annette, I'm going to go to you. Do you have an example? Again, I am a customer with Utility Warehouse. I was a customer before I met you, so I didn't sign up with you, but I know the great savings that they offer. But do you just want to tell us, maybe give us an example of a recent consultation that you've done?
Yeah, so most weeks it's families I've had to work with on the whole, and I can go in and do a review of their bills, and 9 times out of 10 I can really show them how to save some money, on their energy, broadband, mobile, and insurance, and then we sort of work it out annually as what they can be saving, and even just we have like a cashback card, so just for normal spending you can get money back off your bills to make it cheaper. And then there's a referral fee for those people that, you know, if they're happy, and they often, you know, they'll refer other people that become happy as well, and each one of them will receive a referral fee of up to £50. But then I'm also showing people that there's also a side hustle for those that and there's been quite a few recently, you know, want a side hustle to earn an extra income above and beyond what they're doing, to, you know, whether that's to give them it's just paying the essentials because everything is going up and it's getting more expensive, or whether it's for some it's, you know, it's some free time, some fun money, you know, holidays, children, whatever they want it to be. They can, you know, it's about just showing people and giving them the opportunity to change their lives as much or as little as they want. Sort of last week there was
I don't know if we've lost Annette's internet there, but I definitely agree with what she's saying. I've put down the word additional income streams. We know that the cost of living is what it is at the moment. You know that you went into the supermarket last month, last year, whatever, for the same items, and you're like, what? So yeah, any of us, and I know from the sounds of it, we are offering people opportunities within our business for additional income streams. So I love these stories. So I'm going to go to Tima, if I may, and just pick up on a case study. I know you shared from your own perspective how your products helped you, but do you have any clients that you can share an example with, please?
Yes. So first of all, thank you for bringing attention to the words that you said. What was the word you used? You didn't, when you said we want to bring, when Permjit was saying that balance, what was your alternative?
Oh, I said blend.
Blend, yes, because and I really want, it's something to really take on, because we don't have balance, because if we constantly want to have balance, it's a bit of a bogus. So thank you for bringing attention to that. We want to live a harmonic life. And I'm going to actually say, the case study or the story is actually one of my business partners, that it's so profound, her story. And we have over 400 people on our business platform, but also so many thousands of people we've helped through this. But her story is so interesting and beautiful that I wanted to share her story. Is that she came across this water through one of her best friends, because she had very sick kids, and she was more in hospital with them, especially her second child, than they were in school. And her friend tells her, look, you need to reduce inflammation significantly in the body. You need to be changing the water you drink, because we're on average 70% water. So hydration is more important than the food we put in our body. She buys the machine. She's like, just take my credit card, buys the water ionizer, which lasts you 25 years and more. And what's happening is her kids' health just improve and improve and improve. And now it's been over 500 days that they've not had to go into hospital or see a doctor. Now, when that started happening, she was also curious about how her friend who's introduced her to this ionizer is making the money. She sees the compensation plan. We have a patented compensation plan, and she joins the business and the platform. Now, one thing I want to say is that any business, it doesn't have to be my business, any business, when we take a risk, there is stuff holding us back. And it's usually at least one of time, money, fear, or mindset. And that's one of the things we have on our platform that we just channel, and it's just the whole thing we deal with. We help you with mindset and your fears, and, you know, how to manage your time. And she has worked through so much of that now she has the time freedom, the financial freedom. But also, this part is just, it blows my mind every time I think of it, is she's making a documentary on how important this water is, just to bring light to this, because the mission is to put the information out. So I just thought her story was so powerful, how it's changed her home life, her children's life, their health, and now everything that comes with it. So yeah.
Wow, that is so powerful. And I am going to share about my hydration challenge, actually. I'll do it now because otherwise I'll forget. So, what I've been doing as a holistic wellbeing coach is supporting people who may struggle to drink water. Let's be honest, Tima, it might be something that you're used to and your client base, but some people don't like the taste of water. So, I do a 5-day hydration challenge. I haven't done one this year, actually, because of circumstances. Premjeet spoke about grief in his life and how that actually impacted him. I've been grieving very significantly this year. And I must say that things that I would normally do, I just didn't have the capacity for in terms of running this event as well. But after the event, I will be doing a hydration challenge. So, Tima, you and I may have to have a conversation about that and see how we can put our heads together with that one. All right, but last but not least, Andrew, do you have a case study that you'd like to share about one of your clients who's come back with some good news?
I'm going to be like a stuck record and stick with my daughter because it's taken years on the getting them approved for the consumer product safety reports. So it's probably took about 3 years, from maybe a bit longer, from idea to getting them at a position where I can sell them. And so it's just more the confidence. Someone with bad skin, eczema, and so on, it takes away a lot because they can lose confidence when out. They're scratching all the time. When it starts bleeding, it comes through on clothes and so on. So it's just the transformation from seeing someone not want to leave the house, go to events and stuff like that, to now being, yep, I'm coming. So Fiona, as soon as I said, do you want to come to the Nottingham show? She's like, yep, I'll be there. Whereas before she would have been like, no, I don't want, because she would just be so self-conscious, but she's got none of that at all now. And so that's the biggest thing really that my creams do. They can allow people to get back to how they were before.
Oh, what a beautiful conversation to end on. So yeah, we are going to meet Fiona. So those of you who have got your tickets as exhibitors, you'll meet Fiona. For anyone who's listening on this session here on the replay, then please do get your ticket if we have inspired you. I'm sure we have, because my notes are reminding me that in terms of mindset, creating wealth is an inside job. So you have heard from our exhibitors today. They've shared things that they've gone through, and they are telling you how they're not going to let the past hold them back. They are moving forward. They are positive thinkers. They are heart-led individuals, and they are part of our Festival of Collaboration. So I just want to say thank you to Premji, Isilda, Andrew, Tima, and Net we've lost connection with. We do have other exhibitors that unfortunately were not able to join the live stream. If I do have an opportunity to get them together, I may be able to do another one of these before the event. If not, all of you actually are now invited onto my podcast, which is called Leading with Heart, where I will be talking to you on an individual basis, going into your story a bit more and asking deeper questions. So I will speak to you on an individual basis about that. I do have people obviously booked in for that, but it's all good. It's giving me content, I love collecting these stories. So I'll be speaking to you again and also meeting you on Saturday, the 17th of May. So thank you so much to our exhibitors today for your time, energy, and sharing your stories. Really looking forward to meeting you. Anybody just want to say any final words? Open the mic. I'll turn it over to you. To why should people be there? Tell them why they need to be there at our event.
I would say last year was an excellent event. It was absolutely amazing. The atmosphere was buzzing. This year has been part of it as well. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. Hope you're connecting with you. Still got some collaborations out there. This is a must-come-to event because the atmosphere you're going to get, the energy you're going to get just generating from Vanessa alone is absolutely amazing. Myself, I'm always there. See, Vanessa, me and Vanessa know what we're like. We are both out there. We're not what you call in your face, but we're there helping you out. Any questions you've got when you're done with the event, please come to me or come to one of the members of the executive. We're happy to help you out because I tell you something, it is going to be a top class event. And I'll tell you something, in the future, it's going to get bigger. And I could see that happening as well at the same time. But that's the little piece from myself.
I agree with thank you for everything that you said. I've agreed with the getting bigger, but I also think that intimacy is part of the success as well, Premji, so that people can really kind of like connect and have deeper connections. So yeah, we're going to have waiting lists in the future. They'll be scrambling to get to this event. All right, anybody else with final thoughts? Andrew got his mic off. Thank you, Andrew.
Can I just say that if there's
Your
anything...
energy...
Sorry. If there's anything that's holding you back, that is exactly the reason why you should be there. There's lots of products, lots of services that may potentially help you. And if none of that works for you, that's absolutely fine. It's just being around people that will help you, just by speaking to them, will help you leave with a vision for a better future, whatever that is for you. So I just wanted to leave that with everyone.
Go for it, Andrew. Thanks, team. I love that.
So your energy makes it guaranteed to be a success. The amount of work you put around it, constantly asking for exhibitors' information and so on and things like that. As an exhibitor, I've not felt very much welcome and in the centre.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you so much. I can't wait to meet you. This is a festival of collaboration. We are ordinary men and women who are growing our family legacies in different capacities, different ways. But one thing's for sure, we know we can't get there on our own, so we're coming together. We'll see you on Saturday, the 17th of May. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.